Yeah, fine. So let us discuss this binomial and multinomial theorems. So binomial theorems already you are aware, am I right? Binomial, like binomial basically contains two variables. So let's say the two variables are x and y. So binomial theorem is how you expand a two variable like when you have a power something like x plus y whole power n. So how we expand this in general. But however, we know that x plus y whole power 0 is 1. Okay, here we are adding only the coefficients. Okay, and x plus y whole power 1, the coefficients are 1 and 1. And for the x plus y whole square, the coefficients are 1, 2, 1. Why it is 1 to 1? You know that x plus y whole square is what? It is x square plus 2xy plus y square, right? So the coefficients, if you see, it is 1, 2, 1. And similarly, x plus y whole cube, the coefficients are 1, 3, 3, 1. And x plus y whole power 4, the coefficients are 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Can anyone quickly tell me what are the coefficients of x plus y whole power 5?
1, 5, 10, 10.
1.
Yeah, 1, 5,
10, 10, 5,
10, 5,
1.
1.
then maybe 1. Okay, you know that this value will be generated by taking the sum of these two. Am I right? Similarly, this value will be taken, you would have heard in the school days, by taking sum of these two values you can take. So that is how we can easily, we can call this triangle, what you call?
Pascal's triangle.
Yeah, Pascal's triangle. The Pascal is once again a name of the person who has given this concept, right? Yeah. So simply the binomial theorem is when you have two variables, let's say the variables are x and y, and you have some exponent whole power n, then how you expand this? So that is the concept. You know, the coefficients are something like c of n comma 0, x power n, c of n comma 1, x power n minus 1 y, and so on. C of n comma 2, x power n minus 2 y power 2. In general, the rth term will be c of n comma r, and it is x power n minus r y power r, and so on. The last term will be c of n comma n y power n. Hope you know this. Okay, you would have studied maybe in the school days, maybe in the +2 level, you studied this. Okay, I'm not explaining much about this. So just for example, if I want to expand, let's say 2a plus 5b whole power 6. Okay, so how many terms will be there in this? So since it is whole power 6, there will be 7 terms. There will be 7 terms in this. And the quotient starts with a 6c0 or c of 60, then c of 61, c of 62, and so on, c of 66. Okay, and we know that means in this formula you substitute x as 2a and y as 5b. Then you just substitute in this formula, you can get this, right? Am I right? So this is how we can expand binomial. So binomial, I'm not stressing much upon this. We know in x plus y whole power n, how many terms will be there? How many terms will be there?
N plus 1 terms.
Yeah. How many terms? It is n plus 1 terms. So you studied in the school days itself. There are some of the important formulas I just listed. I'll have a glance. You can also cross check. So what is the c of n comma r? C of n comma r is n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. And we have a symmetry property. This is already discussed. C of n comma r is same as even C of n comma n minus r. Okay, so that is also the same. And we have Newton's identity. Please cross check these formulas. Then we have, with respect to the P means permutation here. When permutation also P of n comma r, this is equal to this. Okay, and the Pascal's identity. The Pascal's identity is something like just now I explained you. It's all about this. So this value is obtained by summing of these two values. Okay, so that is the point here. And the boundary conditions are C of n comma 0 and C of n comma 1. They are always 1. The secondary conditions we call as C of n comma 1 for any n value, and C of n comma n minus 1, the value is always n. And the diagonal summation, the diagonal summation is something like, we call this as a diagonal, C of n comma 0, comma C of n plus 1, comma 1, C of n plus 2, comma 2, and so on. Okay, it's something like if you take this, the formula is C of n plus r plus 1 comma r. This is the formula. Suppose if I want to calculate C of 1 comma 0 plus C of 2 comma 1, so this is the diagonal. Okay, this is the diagonal. Which one? The one which I highlighted is the diagonal. Okay, 1 0 2 1 3 2 4 3. Okay, and in this case, what is n? So in this case, your n is 1. N is 1. And what is r? What is r? See here, this is r. This value is last value, this is the r. So r is 3. So if you substitute in this is n plus r plus 1. So n plus r plus 1 is 5 and r is 3. So C of 5 comma 3, it is 10. And even you can cross check also some of these values. You know that C of 1 comma 0 is 1, C of 2 comma 1 is 2, C of 3 comma 2 is 3, C of 4 comma 3 is 4. And some of these values is what? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. Okay, so this is the formula for a diagonal summation. Okay, and in fact, we call these are the diagonals. So this is one possible diagonal. Maybe this is another possible diagonal. This is another possible diagonal. Okay, and so on. There are many possible diagonals. Of course, I have not taken. So this Pascal triangle is infinite, right? In a number of rows wise. And row summation. So row summation, you know that it is basically refers to 1. So this is one row. This is one row, and this is another row. Okay. So the sum of the quotients in a row, the formula is 2 power n. Okay, 2 power n. So for example, you take this. Okay, what is n in this case? N is 3. Okay, so n is 3, and what is formula? It is 2 power 3. 2 power 3 is 8, and if you add these values, 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, it is 8. I just want to make you realize all these formulas are works fine. You please go through all these formulas, okay, which are applicable for binomial expansion. Okay, now let us see one of the interesting topic, like maybe you would have not studied in the school days, maybe in the +2, how you expand a multinomial. Okay, before that, how you write the coefficients of a particular term in the multinomial. Basically, what do you mean by multinomial? You know that binomial means there are only 2 variables. If in the expression, if we have more than 2 variables, then that we call as a multinomial. So in this case, we have 3 variables, x1, x2, x3. So this is called a multinomial. And let's say in this case, we have 4 variables, x1, x2, x3, x4. So any expression more than 2 variables we call that as a multinomial. And how you expand such multinomial is today's class. And before that, let us see how we calculate the coefficient of this. So let us take this multinomial which has 4 variables, x1, x2, x3, x4, and whole power 18. Okay. So if we take this multinomial, and what is the coefficient of this particular term? First of all, have you know that whether this term is present in this expansion or not? Have you know that? Can anybody tell me? Have you know that? Okay, I'll give you another term. Tell me whether this presents or not. Let's say x1, x2 square, x3 power 4, and x4 power 5. Now tell me whether this term.
Sir, sum of power should be equal to 18.
Yeah. So therefore, tell me whether this term is present in this expansion of this multinomial or not.
No, sir.
No. So this term will not be there. Please make a note. Whereas, tell me whether first of all this term will be there or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is there. Why? Because as you said rightly, if you take the sum of the powers of these variables, so that is 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 3. The sum is what? Sum is 18. So therefore, definitely this term will be there in the multinomial expansion of this expression. You got my point? Then, so once you confirm, yes, this term will be there, then how you find the quotient of this? So this is quite simple. You already studied calculation of this constrained repetition permutations. In that case, how we find the quotient of this means it is 18 factorial. Why? Because we have whole power. Okay. And by 4 factorial into 5 factorial into 3 factorial into 16 factorial into 3 factorial. So this is how we write. In fact, this is same as in expression wise, we write this as P of 18 colon 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 3. Please make a note. Now onwards, instead of writing this expression, we can write like this also. These two are same. So this value of this is this. So these two expressions are same. Okay, this is nothing but 18 factorial by 4 factorial into 5 factorial into 6 factorial into 3 factorial. Okay. Now tell me what is the coefficient of, I'll give another term. Okay, let's say x power, x1 power 3, x2 power 6, x3 power, let's say 4, and x4 power 5. First of all, will it be a valid term in this expansion?
Yes, sir. Valid.
And what is the coefficient? Yeah, it's quite simple. The coefficient will be 18 factorial by 3 factorial into 6 factorial into 4 factorial into 5 factorial. And of course, this we can also write as an expression as what? P of 18 colon, tell me, 3 comma 6 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, please make a note. These two are same. Is it clear, guys? How to find the quotient of a particular term in the multinomial expansion? First of all, before finding the quotient, you should justify, or you should check whether that term is actually present in this multinomial expansion or not. So that we already discussed. To check the sum of the power should be equal to that actual sum of this. Once it is fine, then you can easily calculate the coefficient of that. Okay. So similarly, some of the examples you can see here. So in this multinomial expansion, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5, whole power 10. The quotient of x1 square, x3, x4 power x4 power 3 and x5 power 4. Now tell me, first of all, whether this particular term will be present in this expansion or not. Will it present?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here, though x2 term is not there, but when you take the sum, x2 term is not there, means what is the power of the x2?
0.
2 power 0 basically. Okay. So since x2 power 0 is 1, so therefore it is neglected. So if we take the sum of this, what is the sum of the powers? It is 2 plus x3 means what is the power? It is 1 plus 3 plus 4. The sum is 10. Please observe carefully. So therefore this term will be there, and anyhow this is the coefficient. Similarly, what is the coefficient of? So now the term I have changed a little bit. Okay, something like 2x minus 3y plus 5z whole power 8. Okay, so how you find the coefficient of this? Okay, coefficient of I want x cube, y cube, z square. Then one simple substitution is, of course, without this substitution also you can directly write it, then great in it. But anyhow, normally maybe in the school days you would have done something like this. You take x1 as 2x, x2 as minus 3y, and x3 as 5z. Then the quotient of x1 cube, x2 cube, x3 square is this. Am I right? 8 factorial by 3 factorial into 3 factorial, 3 factorial. But however, what is x1? What is x1? What is x1?
2x.
Yeah, 2x. So therefore, you substitute to 2x here. Then what is x2?
Minus 3y.
Minus 3y. So you substitute minus 3y. Then you substitute in place of x3, you substitute 5z. Then the quotient of this x square, x cube, y cube, z square will be 2 cube into minus 3 square, 3 cube into 5 square into this. So this is the final answer. Okay, so this will be the extra term. Now, can anyone tell me what is the coefficient of x square y z power 5? What is the quotient of this?
8 factorial by
Yeah,
2
8
factorial, 1
factorial by
factorial, 5 factorial into.
2 factorial, 1 factorial, 5 factorial into.
Yes, that's it, sir.
No.
Into by 1
Into
by
2
2
square minus
by
3
Yeah,
2 powers 2
into
square.
2 square minus 3. Yeah,
5 power 5.
that is 5 power 5. Okay, so this will be the quotient. Please make a note. Why this extra term has come? Is it clear? Why this extra term? Because x is not alone. Now x, in place of x, you have 2x. If you want x square, definitely it must be 2x square term. Similarly, if you want just y, you can't get to just y. So in the expansion, you get to minus 3y. Okay. So therefore, this will be the coefficient. Okay. Hope you are understanding this. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So as of now, we just discussed what is multinomial. So multinomial is basically in the expansion, if you have more than 2 variables, that is called multinomial. Then we also discussed how to find coefficient of a particular term. Before that, we need to check whether the term presents in the particular multinomial expansion or not. Once you check, then we can easily write down the coefficient. Now let us take one important aspect for the entire class. This is one of the important topic, is how you expand a multinomial. Okay, how you expand a multinomial. So all of you, please listen carefully this topic. Let's take, just for example, I just want to expand x1 plus x2 plus x3, okay, whole power 4. x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole power 4. Okay, expand. So the question is something like expand this. Every one of you, please listen carefully. Expand. I want to expand this. So what is the first question is, if you want to expand, how many terms will be there? The first question that you should ask is, how many terms will be there? Will be there in this expansion, in this multinomial expansion. So this is the first point, multinomial expansion. So this is the first point, you should be clear. Expansion. Okay, for this, the formula is same formula. It is C of n minus 1 plus r comma r. Please make a note. And whereas in this case, what is n, what is r is number of variables. Number of variables is, any guess?
N, sir.
Yeah, number of variables is n. Okay, and exponent is r. Okay, now tell me what is n in this case? How many
3.
variables there? Yeah, so therefore your n is 3. Okay, and what is r in this case?
4.
4.
This is your r. So r is 4. So you substitute in this formula. So this is the formula to find out how many terms will be there in the multinomial expansion. Okay, so therefore it is C of, can anybody tell me? 3 minus 1 plus 4 comma 4. What is this value? What is this value? C of 6 comma 4.
6 comma 4.
What is C of 6 comma 4? Now I should know, right? How many terms will be there? I should know it. Therefore, I must calculate. What is C of 6 comma 4? Quick.
15.
Yeah, 15. So therefore, so this is the first point. The first point in this multinomial expansion is, first you should know how many terms will be there in this expansion. Okay. And what is the formula, my dear students? The formula is C of n minus 1 plus r comma r. And what is n? N basically represents how many distinct variables are there in the multinomial expansion. If you see, these are the 3 variables, x1, x2, x3. So So in this case, n is 3. And this exponent is represents 4, r. This 4 is represents r. Because see, this is something like if you take this x1 plus x2 plus x3 as a one ball, so it is as good as you have a 4 similar balls in your hand. Okay. So therefore your r value will be 4. Fine. So there are 15 terms. Then how you write the 15 terms? So here there will not be any shortcut. Gradually we have to write all the terms. x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole power 4. So all of you please see very carefully. Already I typed this expression. I have answered in the PPT also, but still I just want you to watch how to write this expansion. The first one is you write all one variable with power 4. That is x1 power 4. This will be one term. I'm not writing the coefficients. Coefficients we write later. Then x2 power 4. Then x3 power 4. Okay. So these are the terms with one term with the whole power 4. Then the other possibility is one term with the cube, another single term. So let me list out what are the possibilities. Okay. So the possibilities are x1 cube, x2. Please listen carefully. Please watch carefully. x1, I'm listing here now one cube term and another one is single term. Why? Because sum should be always 4, right? So x1 cube, x2, then x1 cube, x3, one possibility. Then with when I take x2 cube, x1, then x2 cube, x3. Please observe carefully how I am writing. Then x3 cube is also possible. So therefore, x3 cube, x1. Why I am writing x1 before? I am just writing in an order. First x1 variable, then x2, then x3 in that order. Then x3 cube, x2. So with this, all possibilities of one cube term and one single term is completed. Then what are the other possibilities? Can anyone tell me? What are other possibilities?
Sir, x1 square, x2, x3.
Yeah, one is of course one square term and two single terms. What are other possibility?
Two square terms.
Yeah, two square terms, right? Of course, you can listen any other. So let me list out two square terms first. Okay. So x1 square, see all these are place. You can write in any order, but I am listing as per my knowledge, I am listing in a systematic way. So x1 square, x2 square, then x1 square, x3 square, right? Then x2 square, x3 square. I think all possibilities of two square terms are over. Then other possibilities, one square term and two single terms. So what are they? It is x1 square, x2, x3. Am I right? Then x1, x2 square, x3, then x1, x2, x3 square. Okay. Is there any other possibility? Or by this time, did we got all 15 terms? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got all 15 terms. Now let us see how we write down the coefficients. So earlier for the binomial, we know it is C of n comma 0 we start, then C of n comma 1, n comma 2, and so on, C of n comma n. Now in this case also writing the coefficients is very simple. So this is, for this the quotient is P of 4 colon. So in this, out of 3 variables, x1 power is 4. What about x2 power and x3 power in this term? Tell me.
0.
It is 0. Therefore write 0 comma 0. And please make a note. What is the value of this? What is the value of this? What is the value of this?
1, sir.
1, sir.
1. Why? Because it is 4 factorial by 4 factorial into 0 factorial into 0 factorial. If we simplify, that is a 1. Okay. Similarly, the quotient of this will be P of 4 colon. Here x1 term is not there. Therefore, it is 0, 4, 0. Anyhow, this is also 1, but still we write something like this. And the quotient of this is P of 4 colon. What is the quotient? What is the quotient of this? 4 colon 0, 0, 4. And for this, now in this we have x1 term and x2 term, x3 term is not there. So how we write? P of 4 colon, always it is 4. Why? Because it's multinomial 4 power 4. So you write 4 colon. Then here x1 power is 3. So write 3. x2 power is 1 and x3 is not there. Therefore it is 0. So these are the coefficient. Similarly, what is the quotient of this? P of 4 colon 3, 0, 1. What is the value of this? What is the coefficient of this? Can anyone tell me?
P of 4 colon
Yeah, P of 4 colon
1 comma 3 comma 0.
Yeah, 1 comma 3 comma 0. Can you quickly tell me what is the coefficient of this? Rahul?
P of 4 colon
Yeah, 4 colon.
0 comma 3 comma 1.
Yeah, that's all. Maybe values of these, this one, all these are same, but still let us write down the expression. Okay. So what is the quotient of this? P of
4 colon 1 comma 0 comma 3.
Right. Then what is the quotient of this? P of
4 colon
okay.
0 comma 1 comma 3.
Right.
P of 4 colon
Yeah. 4 colon
2 comma 2 comma 0.
Yeah, 2 comma 2 comma 0.
P of 4 colon
Okay.
2 comma 0 comma 2.
2 comma 0 comma 2. Please make a note. Value of 4 colon 2 comma 2 comma 0 and 4 colon 2 0 2 is same, but you write this expression as it is. Okay. Then P of
4
4
colon
colon okay.
0 comma 2 comma 2.
Yeah, 0 comma 2 comma 2. Even these also same like earlier. Now what is the
P of 4 colon
4 colon
2 comma 1 comma 1.
2 comma 1 comma 1.
P of 4 comma
P of 4 colon
1 to 1. 1 comma 2 comma 1.
yeah 1 comma 2 comma 1 and P of
4 colon 1 comma 1 comma 2.
1 comma 1 comma 2. Okay. So this is how we expand. Now see, we have written the term, we have written the coefficients also. So if you observe carefully, the coefficients are what? The constant repetition formula, and we know how to write the terms. Okay. So in the multinomial expansion, let me sum up. There are two important aspects. The first point is how many terms will be there in my multinomial expansion. You should know it. And for that, the formula is C of n minus 1 plus r comma r. And once you know, okay, there are 15 terms, then whatever way I have written, first you write down the terms, then later you can write down the coefficients. By seeing the terms, you can easily write the coefficients. Is it clear, guys? All of you, is it clear? Anybody, any doubt in this? Let me know. Anybody, any doubt? Let me know.
No, sir.
Yeah. So if there is no doubt, let me give one question. Okay. So expand. This is over. Anyhow, if you want to calculate this value, you can calculate later. But as the first answer, please write down this answer as it is. Then you can calculate these values. Like for example, P of 4 colon 3 comma 1 comma 3 comma 1 comma 0. What is that value? You can calculate and you can substitute. That's fine. But at least write down this, or you can leave here. Okay. So expand, let me give another question. Expand, you have to do it right now, and you have to post in the DMS group. Expand x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole power 3. X1 plus x2 plus x3 whole power 3. So first of all, how many terms will be there in this? You are first always, when your multinomial expansion is given, you should first find out how many terms will be there. For that, the formula is C of n minus 1 plus r comma r. Now you have to see what is n in this case. N is nothing but how many different variables are there. That indicates the n value. And r is basically whole power, how much you have, that is actually R. In this case, whole power 3 you have. So what is N and what is R in this case? What is
3,3.
Yeah, N is 3 and even R is also 3. So substitute in it. Substitute C of N minus 1 plus R comma R. So what is that value? How many terms will be there? How many terms will be there? How many? How many will be there?
10, sir.
Yeah, 10 terms.
10, sir.
Quickly, yeah, the answer. Okay. Yeah. So you can take this also as a task. Okay, this PPT I'll share you. See, this is another question. Expand x minus 2y plus y whole power 3. So here also, if you observe carefully, there are 3 terms, right? There are 3 terms, something like 3 variables are there. And how many terms will be there? 3 variables and whole power 3 means how many terms?
10.
Okay, but the only thing is that instead of x1 you have x here, and in place of x2 you have minus 2y, and in place of x3 you have z. Am I right? So it's not that much difficult. Only carefully do a substitution so you can easily get this also. Am I right? Are you feeling difficult with this?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, when you can do x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole power 3, I feel it's not much deviated from that. Only thing is that in place of x1 you have x here, in place of x2 you have minus 2y here, and in place of x3 you have z. That's all. If you can realize that, I think you can easily do this also. Then some of the questions will be something like how many terms will be there in this, like you'll be getting some short answer question, something like this. So they give some multinomial expansion, something like this, and how many terms will be there in this. So it's quite simple, right? How many variables are there? Different variables are 5, therefore your N is 5. And here exponent is 10, so therefore your R is 10. You just substitute, find the value, so there will be 1001 terms will be there in the expansion. Okay. Sometimes you may come across a question something like this. So in this multinomial expansion, how many terms will be there? Okay. Yeah. This is another question. X1 plus x2 plus x3 whole power 4. Okay, well, you just expand this. So I just calculated n equal to 4, r equal to 4, and if you substitute, you will be having 35 terms. Here, actually, I just listed the terms only, but the coefficients are missed. Okay, so this I'm giving as a homework. Take this expression and take this as a homework. You can try. There will be 35 terms. Anyhow, if you cannot, you just try on your own. If you cannot do anyhow, this PPT will be shared immediately after completion of this unit. Maybe today or tomorrow, or maybe at least by Monday, this PPT will be shared. Why? Because there are a few mistakes, spelling mistakes are there in this. I'll correct and I'll post you in your LMS. Okay. Yeah. So this is the question you did just now. X1 plus x2 plus x3 whole power 3. And this is the question I explained to you. Okay. Yeah, so that's all about this binomial expansion and multinomial expansion. So let us take one more simple topic: principles of inclusion and exclusion. So this topic also you would have studied in the school days. Okay, if A and B are, this is the principle for two sets. If A and B are subsets of the universal set mu, then the number of elements in the A union B, mod A union B means what? Number of elements in the A union B is equal to number of elements in the A plus number of elements in the B minus number of elements in the A intersection B. Why? Because we want to calculate sum of the elements in this area. Please make a note. Please understand the diagrammatic values. I want to find out the sum of values in this. Then this is nothing but sum of A. See, sum of A. Okay, and sum of B. So when I take sum of A and sum of B, this intersection part actually should cover only once, but it's covered 2 times. So therefore, we are deducting once. Got my point? So this is how this principle of inclusion and exclusion has come. And of course, you can see simple example. Suppose that 200 faculty members, let's say they can speak French and 50 faculty can speak Russian, while only 20 can speak both French and Russian. Then how many faculties can speak either French or Russian? So how we calculate? A simple. So number of faculties that can speak French, I'm calling as a mod F. So there are 200 faculties who can speak French, and faculty who can speak Russian. I'm calling as a mod R. There are 50 faculties as per the given data, and faculties who speak both French and Russian, there are 20. So these three are given. F, R, mod F, mod R, and mod F intersection R is given. And faculty, how many faculty can speak either French or Russian? That means they are basically asking this mod F union R. And of course, with a simple formula, if you substitute, okay, so you get 230. Okay, so 230 faculty are there who can speak either French or Russian. Okay. Now the same principle can be extended for 3 sets also. Mod A union B union is equal to mod A plus mod B plus mod C minus A intersection B minus A intersection C. We have one more term here, minus mod B intersection C plus mod A intersection B intersection C. So what is the reason we are doing plus means? You just see the diagram. We are adding these ones, A, then B, then C. So in this process, we clearly realize the intersection part of the two sets is added 2 times. So therefore, we deducted intersection of AB once, intersection of AC once, intersection of BC once. So when you deduct these 3 components during that process, this component has removed an extra time. So therefore, we are adding at the end. If you just go across this path, you can easily understand. Okay. Anyhow, this area, this altogether area is A, and if you see this area is A intersection B. This area is A intersection B. Please make a note. This is area intersection B. Then what is this area? This particular area? It is intersection B only. It is intersection B only, but don't include C. Am I right? Therefore, it is the intersection B intersection C complement. Whereas this component is intersection B intersection C. Similarly, this also, it is basically what? This area is what? Altogether, tell me. What is this area? I'm just showing. Can anyone tell me what is area? What is this area?
A intersection C.
It is the intersection C. And what is this particular area in this? I'm just showing, I'm just going across that. What is this? It is intersection C only. It is the intersection C only, but it should not include B. So therefore, the intersection B complement intersection C. Okay, hope you are understanding. Okay. Similarly, why the name of for this is given as A intersection B complement intersection C complement? Because when you see this particular area, basically this is area only, but don't include B, don't include C. Am I right? Don't include B, don't include C. And of course, this can be written as even, this can be written as what? A intersection B intersection, A intersection B complement intersection C complement. This also can be written as A intersection B union C whole complement, right? Because by De Morgan's, this can be written as something like this. Okay, that means it is the area of the A, but don't go to the B union C area. Or this can be written like this or like this. Okay, so if you want to find the area of A, if all these components are given, then you can sum all these 4 components. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, likewise for the B, you need to add these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the C, you need to add these 4. So these are the few formulas for this. And anyhow, for this also, you can apply the principle of inclusion exclusion for the 3 sets. Okay, so nothing great in this. Just go through it. You can easily understand. All the data is given. The French faculty, I am not reading the question. Straight away I'm explaining. The faculty who can speak French is there are 200 people, and Russian speaking faculty are 50, and Spanish, there is another language called Spanish in this data. So faculty who can speak Spanish is 100. Like 20 are there who can speak both French and Russian, and 60 are there who can speak both French and Spanish. 35 are there who can speak both Spanish and Russian, and there are 10 faculty who can speak all these 3 languages. Okay, then find it's not F union R union yes. If that is the question, Okay, F union R union, yes. And as per the formula, it is 245. We just go through this question, scan for a while, you can easily understand. Okay. So this is another interesting question. So you can go through this question. Just I have an answer. You can try answer for this, the homework. If you really cannot do this, okay, I can explain you. But anyhow, as per the given data, I'm giving a hint to you. This is how the values can be shared. So this is the people who registered statistics course. This is a set of students who registered for maths course, and this is the students who registered for the computer science or computer programming course. Okay, so there are 3 courses in the problem. Some students are surveyed, and as per the survey, so I have written a diagram for you. Okay, so go through this diagram, go through this question, and answer for all these questions. I already given enough hint by saying this, by showing this diagram. From this, easily you can pick and write down your answer.